Actually, maybe, you know what, just maybe we'll get lucky enough to where when we get to the end of the game, like someone in chat just said, maybe the rift will collapse in on itself, pulling us in, and then we'll meet ourselves, and then we get to restart the game in New Game Plus. Oh no, that's a terrible idea. We should never do that. Okay, thanks for telling me. I'm really glad we didn't do that. That would have been terrible. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't belong in a game like this, does it? That would just be weird.
Look at you, here before me. Surprised you could outrun these new legs of mine. They're what everyone's going to be wearing next fall. Well, I'm here now. Where's the rift modulator?
Downstairs, but I have the schematics. We can't operate the modulator until we control the ship.
So Consul Thoreau has everything directly under his control. I'd say that's remarkably competent for the Protectorate, but he is the one who's been pulling their strings all along. Did you find anything else of note?
Some intel. Apparently rifts have been found in space where humanity has never been.
Wait, what? But rifts are caused by skip drive travel. Human-piloted skip drive travel. How is that possible?
Honestly, I don't really give a shit. I love so much that that's an option. I love so much. I'm not going to say it, but I love that I can. I love that I can. I'm just in the dark as you are, but I'm keen to find out more.
You're the one in the dark. I'm simply musing aloud. Much as I'm intrigued by the significance of all this, there's no time to dwell on it now. We need to confront the Consul. You might be savvy enough to talk him down, but his type requires a deft touch. You'll need to break him down brick by brick. If you're too adversarial, he'll simply shut down.
So you're saying I shouldn't shoot him on sight?
Well, I can't control what you do, dear. As much as I might wish I could. But if you do start a fight, you best be equipped to finish it.
Not that the Consul deserves it, none. But if we can end things peaceably, we should try for it.
The more we debate, the more time we squander. We must resupply and shore up whatever defenses we have quickly. And if you've something to say to any of us, Commander, I suggest you say it while you have the chance. No telling what awaits us beyond that door.
Oh, damn.
Seems like our mission's almost complete, Commander. One way or the other. Before we finish this, I wanted to thank you. Showed me I still had more to learn. You and this crew, this little family of ours.
We all learned a great deal from you as well.
Oh, stop. You're going to make me... Didn't foresee that happening. Let's hope this day is full of more surprises. Like we all survive. May all our travails add to the equation.
When this rift business is all over,
Standing
I'm
around's
going to
got
build
jumpy.
someone the cost of my valuable time.
This is it, Commander. Only thing standing between us and saving Arcadia is a single dastardly villain. Feels almost quaint after everything else, don't it? This is the mission we should have been on from the moment the Earth Directorate dropped us into the system. Liberating Arcadia from its despots.
Y'all made this possible, Niles. Thank you.
I think of it as more of a group effort, but you're welcome. You know, back in the day, reading tales of all your daring do's, never could have imagined myself fighting alongside you. Not just as a fellow agent, but also a friend. Funny how life turns out. All right, enough jawing. Let's show the Consul to his reward. Law knows it's long past due.
Okay. It's so wrong that this is like, Emery, I regret the way we left things after last meeting. Grandmother always said that if a disagreement ends in shouting and rising tempers, it is wise to look inward at your own ills before proceeding. I hope sincerely that you have done so. While I may have not fully understand your aims with the Rift research or with using it to our advantage, as you said, I'm willing to acknowledge them as valid. But you must in turn understand that my decision is final. It is what is right for my people, for my Arcadia, and my family. Do not doubt me. I wish you to know that I still cherish your guidance deeply. Perhaps when the war is over, we...
The Sovereign was a naive fool. The Consul was a scheming sprat with delusions of competence. Time will tell which was more destructive.
The modern steel wrench and you.
Redactor Esmond. Very punctual, good. Don't take a seat, this will be quick. My sentinels tell me you have some interesting ideas. Oh, easy, no need to break into a sweat. Interesting ideas can be useful in the right hands. Especially now that our partnership with the Order has become fraught. We may need our own version of their pacifying doctrine.
Oh, so I do have a germ of an idea. A less grand version of the grand plan. Instead of atoms and particles and such, it's made up of us. All doing our part, like cogs in a machine.
Interesting. A system where every subject believes they have a role to play. Enthusiastic obedience. Why, the Sovereign and I were thinking of this very thing. What should we call it?
Well, I'm not sure. It's still just a germ of a concept, of a hint of an idea, you see. It's a whole new way of thinking.
Is this
A new
communism?
model of society. Quite the paradigm shift.
Paradigm. Very good, Esmond. Say, you look frazzled, troubled by your own thoughts. Why don't you report to mental refreshment? My staff will personally see to your well-being.
And then he erased his memory, turned him into a lobotomy. Wow. Okay. Aren't the Protectorate communists? I'd say more authoritarian. Yeah. Important updates. Intruder alert. Change of command. Sovereign Henry Varrick's command removed. Consul Emery Thoreau's register as Chief of Command. New access procedures. Hack 20. There's the Hack 20. Friglet says Americans when faced with some outside American republic democracy, is this communism? No, Friglet. Okay, now I see where you're coming from, and I know, lol, ignorant American, but I think communism does actually really play into every individual feeling like they have a role to play in being a part of the whole. Like that is, I think that's correct me if I'm wrong, that's kind of what it is. Like, isn't the point of communism is not to make the downtrodden feel downtrodden, it's to make them feel like they are part of the machine. It doesn't work, obviously, and they are the downtrodden, but the point is to make them feel like they're not. Isn't that the point? I could be, again, I'm by no means a political dude, but I thought I thought the point of communism was more of an idealistic, we're all in this together kind of thing. Communism is a political and economic ideology aiming for a class of society where property and wealth are owned communally, not privately. Okay, so communism is more based around, like, resource allocation and that kind of thing, and far less about role in society. I'm gonna look at it. You know what? I'm gonna look into this more because I'm pretty ignorant about this stuff. I never took any politics classes in school, so I'm gonna educate myself a little bit more of this before I keep talking about it because it's interesting. I clearly need to update my info on this stuff a bit more. So we'll drop this for now. How was routine for you? I loved it.
Never would I ever have believed Auntie Cleo herself would walk through that door. But I haven't time to linger in the novelty. Sentinels, if you would.
Do I appear like someone afraid of a few guns? Give it up, Emery. You've lost this war. Have some dignity. You're coming off desperate.
On the contrary, this desperate action is what will save all of Arcadia and rid it forever of trespassers like you.
Did you also claim you were saving the Sovereign when you stabbed him in the back?
Do not place his decision at my feet. I know it's difficult for the likes of you to fathom the concept of self-sacrifice, but he chose mental refreshment for the good of us all. And what am I to do but carry on his legacy? What am I to do but achieve what he could not?
You're right, he definitely didn't try to kill everyone with the space anomaly.
I'll only be killing a select number permanently. The worthy, however, will be resurrected and reformed so they may reach their full potential. Open your mind, Commander. Yes, I know well who you are. In any other situation, I might be compelled to take you apart and see how precisely it is you operate, but time, it would seem, isn't on your side. You are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and foolhardy metal.
And also my breaking and entering skills. You really ought to beef up security, by the way.
Indeed. Rarely are there enough measures to keep the most tenacious of sprats from gnawing their way in.
Appreciate you, Dark Walter.
I've been following your progress closely, you know, since you so unceremoniously tampered with our Vox relay on Paradise Island. When you began your dealings with the Order and the Corporatists, I thought that perhaps having a chaotic element in their midst could work in our favor. But now you're here, scurrying around my ship and attempting to thwart the Protectorate yet again.
Your ship? I could have sworn I saw the Sovereign's name on it.
You think yourself clever, don't you? The Sovereign is indisposed.
I really want to talk to him about the Sovereign, the fact that we found
the
him.
sole custodian of Arcadia. What's his is mine. And the victory I inevitably clench over you, over anyone, will be his in turn. Even if he's not here to bask in it.
And I hope he's ready for disappointment. I never lose.
Such bravado is unbecoming when you can't make good on your promises, Commander. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
You used the peace talks as a test run for this.
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend.
Oh god, this is too real. too current day. Go ahead and light me.
Very well. Once the rift destroys Arcadia, we shall edit the information stored within it and use the modulator to reshape our colony into its perfect form.
Okay, now we should be able to prove to him.
Destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the architect intended.
Oh, dude! Are the skip drives alien technology? Is that why there's rifts in another part of the galaxy? Like, did the aliens destroy their world by using skip drives and then we found one? Oh no. Oh no. That's why there's a bunch of rifts like way out in deep space. I already know the Matriarch didn't invent the skip drives. Why is that relevant?
Intrepid, aren't you? Well, what's relevant is what came after. Our matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse, which eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed.
I know you think your plan is the right one, but you'll reconsider if you hear me out.
It's your time that's running out, not mine. So go on. Tell me all the ways I'm wrong.
Here we go!
Better yet, tell the whole room how His Eminence, the Sovereign, was wrong. This was originally his plan, after all. I am merely a partner seeing it carried out.
That's a lie. The Sovereign never wanted this. You perverted his plan.
Do not presume to tell me what is or isn't the truth. I was advisor to the original Sovereign. I know the mind of a true leader. This is the path Henry should have taken.
You two argued over what to do with the Rift modulator. He was acting out of love, not power.
Yes, of course we argued over methodology. Henry was always too stubborn, too focused on the past to understand the opportunity before him. I regret that he had to make such a difficult choice. That one of the Matriarch's heirs is not guiding us. But he needed to look beyond himself,
No,
like I am doing now.
you tricked him into destroying his own mind. I found him at Placid Waters.
You just come and go as you please, do you? I ensured he would have a handler by his side if any assistance was needed. And I understand that it is, which is regrettable. But fulfilling the Architect's plan is worth the cost. Henry would agree. The people would agree.
It will fail horribly.
So you say. But you've yet to deliver any compelling evidence.
I doubt you've had anyone
There we go.
capable checking your calculations. You don't strike me as particularly thorough, or much of a heavy thinker.
I am the chosen shepherd of Arcadia.
Hey, guys. He's not very thorough. Okay, I'm done.
And will not be spoken to like this. I am only doing what I must to restore this colony to what our matriarch envisioned. Free of war, strife, heresy. You must know that you have little chance of swaying me. I will not be distracted from taking what is owed to us.
But you won't be saving the colony. Everything reconstituted will be brought back wrong.
And what is your definition of wrong? Have you anything substantial to back such a claim?
Your chief scientist swears that the Rift data cannot be stabilized. Look at the report from your chief scientist. You're losing control of the Rift.
I see. Well, the man was always a cynic. I find that attitude can skew results even more than a thumb on the scale might. One data point means little. The Protectorate was clearly meant to harness this power. Nothing you claim can disprove everything that points to this reality.
I've seen the Matriarch's writings. You have no idea what she envisioned.
I will not be lectured by an outsider. It's just like the Earth Directorate, or any other interloper, to claim to better know the customs of those they invade. Certainly if you had your way, you would claim Arcadia as yours, and rewrite history to suit your own aims.
The Matriarch down to the Protectorate's survival. She knew pride would be its undoing.
Heresy!
I found her correspondence with the first bishop. She explicitly said she feared the Arcadian experiment would end as all similar projects did before it, in a crumbling heap of hubris.
The Matriarch foresaw many things. To think that we were not set apart from lesser societies, it is humbling. And it appears we have fallen prey to the very thing she warned of.
What's more, her own son steered Arcadia wrongly. The Matriarch was heartbroken.
What do you mean, steered wrongly? If Reuben was not carrying out her wishes as intended, then the Protectorate have strayed far from the Matriarch's light. But regardless of how I may have misstepped before, I am not in the wrong now. All your so-called arguments are pure hearsay. It doesn't matter what you bring before me. I stand firm in the knowledge that I am following the grand plan, and that I will be vindicated.
Is this my 20? Is this it? No, not yet. You will not be vindicated if you kill millions of your people, Consul. You can still do the right thing.
And leave the traitors and invaders alive? No! Death is the only way forward. We can only be made pure from the ashes, despite whatever supposed proof you have to the contrary.
If you're wrong, you will destroy everything you claim to love. Nothing is worth that risk.
Claim? If you cannot see the truth of my devotion written plain, then now I see why you are against me so. But you are wrong about the risk. We are losing this war. It is inevitable. The victors will brutally subdue us until we become corrupted. Until we forget our principles, our history, the very core of who we are. It is better that we perish together as proud Protectorate, proud Arcadians. Preserving our purity is a mercy. More than that, is it not love?
There it is. What about faith, Consul? If your people wish to preserve the Protectorate, they will find a way.
Even through extreme hardship and the tyranny of corporatists? Even if every aspect of the framework we've established is torn down around them? No. No. We have raised a stalwart people, instilled principles of the Protectorate in them from their first breath. Perhaps I must trust that they've taken our teachings to heart. There may yet be other ways to save my beloved Arcadia, but I cannot be the one to see them to their completion. I surrender.
What?
Oh, by the matriarch.
It seems we have a problem. The rift has... well, it has nearly destabilized completely.
Is that applause?
Bro, you gotta sacrifice yourself. You gotta do it, Thoreau. You gotta do it!
Completely. And the modulator cannot
Come on,
close it in
Thoreau!
its current state
Maybe
from a safe
DeVries.
distance. Destruction of Arcadia is imminent. Architect, help us.
There must be a way.
There is. Though, given your tenacity in preventing bloodshed, I don't believe you'll appreciate it. A chance yet remains. We must bring the modulator as close to the rift as possible. However, when the rift folds in on itself, this ship and its operator will not survive.
Always a catch, ain't there?
Oh, Emery, taking a page from Auntie's choice product testing, I see. We do try to avoid a consistent certainty of death, though. It's just bad business.
Let me be clear. I am not placing this burden upon your shoulders. This was my doing. And so it is my responsibility to set things right. I will give you time to vacate the ship. When you are clear, I will fly it into the rift myself. You are right. Arcadia will find its way without me.
It's the least you could do, saving us from this mess.
Think what you wish of me, but this
Damn,
is my
dude.
responsibility.
Damn.
And that is something I will never shirk from.
Wow.
I will accompany him and ensure all goes as planned. It's only right that I complete the very mission I came here for.
Absolutely not.
Your goal here is the same as mine. Do not mistake that. But if this is an order, I will comply.
Now go. Make what's left of your existence count.
You're saving us all from the risk and from yourself. That's a win in my book.
Only someone such as yourself could distill a grave matter of life and death down to winning.
Wow.
Let's get on with it then.
Oh, man. What an ending. That was really, really, really cool.
When the console was faced with the undeniable errors in his logic, he chose to save Arcadia by closing the rift himself. He died hoping his sacrifice might make up for the disastrous decisions he had made. Thanks to the commander's quick thinking in sparing it from the Vox station's fiery crash, Paradise Island's Fairfield remained a profitable company town for Auntie's choice. Acquisitions Officer Carr enjoyed the perks and power that came with promotion for her asset-winning techniques on Paradise Island. Her rival, D.B. Milverstreet, meanwhile, seethed as he pushed cold morsels of borschtloaf around the plate of his macrowave dinner. Vigilant Hogarth was declared a traitor to the Protectorate, along with most other Westport townsfolk. They were judged according to the paradigm, then sentenced to be executed until dead, forever tied to the city they could not
Damn,
protect.
dude.
Auntie's choice assumed control over the day-to-day workings of Matriarch's Mercy, the better to monitor their new colleagues in the Order. The monastery, however,
Oh, we knew that was gonna
returned
happen.
to normal operation, tracking the clockwork of the grand plan. The monastery's abbot became a scapegoat for recent tragic events, having not detected Wiley's dastardly schemes. His superiors demoted him, mainly to show their corporatist allies that
That's fine.
academics could keep their people in line too. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully in his sleep at the scientifically astounding age of 6. Val continued to serve the commander of the Incognito faithfully for many more years than should be possible. giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. As he rose through the Earth Directorate ranks, Niles pressed for a field directive to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed significant risk. The policy reduced agent casualties by a significant margin. Oddly enough, in-office deaths increased by a not insignificant margin. Agent Niles Ibarra achieved the rank of commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate. He recruited his friend Zebulon Tran to the Earth Directorate, a gesture of gratitude for not airing the Directorate's dirty laundry. Together, they vowed to reform the agency from within, so it might never again bargain with authoritarian governments. Ultimately, Niles rose to the position of Secretary General.
Whoa!
His term saw the Earth Directorate at its most popular, or, in the eyes of corporations
Good for him,
and
dude.
tyrannical governments,
Awesome!
most feared. Despite Inez's impassioned opposition, the grafting program restarted following the war. Further protests only served to isolate Inez from the rest of Auntie's Choice. She ended up a lone voice against cruelty in a society obsessed with profit.
Oh, damn.
Niles eventually reached out to her and recruited her to the Earth Directorate,
Nice,
thus
dude!
giving her a chance to leave past
Oh, it's like the
failures
perfect ending for
behind.
her.
She gladly accepted. Utilizing what
Nice,
he learned
man.
alongside
Okay, good,
the
good.
commander, Tristan attempted to reform Protectorate society from within. But with no authority figure to lead its subjects, the Protectorate was a shell of its former self. After thoughtful cogitation and calculation, Marisol slowly began to reject violence as the sole method for eliminating random variables. Not coincidentally, her social calendar began filling up. After Azza disbanded the Glorious Dawn, its members quietly tried to resume lives forever disrupted by
Dude.
the Arcadian conflict.
Oh, I can't pause this.
As
Shoot.
the cult's murderous legacy faded, average colonist life expectancy increased by 0.23%. With the modulator schematics shared as joint intellectual property, Auntie's Choice and the Order's partnership remained steady, despite the need for constant compromise. For a time, the Arcadia colony thrived. Auntie Cleo went through the motions of accommodating the Order, yet privately aspired to keep free trade anything but free.
Dude, it's very
She
interesting
began a new
what
initiative.
we're not hearing about right
Any
now.
corporation or government that refused her trade conditions was promptly dealt with, either via takeover or strategic use of rifts. Auntie made her first public appearance in years, inspiring a fashion trend in bubble helmets. In no time at all, she won more public support than Ruth, which she sought to use as leverage when the time was right. Unable to acquire the chemicals needed for the process, Ruth Bassar nevertheless attempted to interface with the archive and died immediately. Her successor banned any future interfacing attempts and led the Order in a much more cautious direction, delaying their progress for at least a century. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collaborated to preserve their society in the face of Arcadia's new leadership. When Sovereign Varric was discovered in mental refreshment, the Order and Auntie's Choice bickered over what to do with him. They ultimately decided to announce his death, while letting him live the rest of his addled days behind closed doors aboard the undisputed claim. Until one day, Amos stumbled upon the Sovereign's private quarters and freed him, rocking the colony
Oh, wait a
with
second.
a brief scandal.
God.
Despite the
Oh, no.
recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for free market
Was
station.
Ruth the person we couldn't talk
Sub
to?
Rosa continued
Was that
to
Ruth
supply the colony
that was stuck in combat?
the wake of the commander's actions. The rift compromise between the Order and Auntie's Choice led to prioritized assistance for the colonies that agreed to favorable trading terms. The so-called Auntie's Loyalty Program tripled the corporation's net worth.
Yeah, that was the woman.
Meanwhile,
Okay,
The
I couldn't
Order
talk
was
to
able
her.
to sermonize their version
Oh!
of scientism alongside
that wasn't rude.
Auntie's marketing and PR onslaught, at least to colonies in Auntie's loyalty program. Many outside died because their rifts weren't closed in time. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia. Its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying
No, Ruth is
weaponry.
not Auntie.
But
No.
through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably
That's what I
dark.
was wondering. Oh shit, that's how they ended it. Damn, look at that. So we still haven't reconnected to Earth. Man, that was great. I'm so glad we finished this. I'm gonna be 100% honest here.
Applause, please.
If this game had properly done the leveling to where I hadn't felt like the last 20% of the game, I once I hit max level, I hate to say it, but a part of me became less invested. I hate it. And that happened in this game. And because of that, this game is not better than Fallout New Vegas for me. But if they had properly made it to where I was as connected as I was until I hit max level to the end of the game, I would say this is, for me, a better experience than Fallout New Vegas. Yep, I would. This game made me feel so much more than that game did. And I love Fallout New Vegas, don't get me wrong. But like the writing in this game, the mechanics, the decision making, the effects of your decisions, like, oh god, this is a huge evolution for Obsidian. So like that was
about
awesome.
carrying around an untested
Awesome.
volatile experiment.
It's just awesome. I'm very happy about that. That was great. I really enjoyed that. I'm super glad we finished it. Huge shout out to Obsidian. That was awesome. Yeah. Again, there were my only big like issue with this game was that I felt like there were a few systems that needed more love. And man, I can't tell you, and I hope they think about this for future games. Never let the player stop experiencing acquisition until the credits. And what I mean by that is, if you have a max level and you stop getting skill points, that is a giant negative. That is a giant stop. That is something that like that for many of us gamers, that is a huge negative mark to be having all that progress stop well before we're done with the game. So I'm pleading with Obsidian, please think about that more in future games. Like I would be thinking about this game in a much higher capacity. And I already think about this game in a higher capacity. I would have been shouting from the rooftops if they had properly done that. BG3 had that as well. BG3 did have that as well. I agree with that. And that was something that was an issue. So that was a thing. And we actually talked about that a little during BG3 as well. But I will say, I feel like in this game, it was worse. And it was worse in this game because I almost feel like this game did more skill checks than Baldur's Gate 3 at times. Like, I missed so many things in Outer Worlds 2 because I was capped and just didn't have the skills. And like every time that happened, it stung a little bit. Like, holy shit, dude. The fact that I got to that end level and all those lockpicking things were 18 and I maxed at 17. The third time that happened, I almost alt F4'd. That's how much it was bothering me. I almost was just like, this. Like, this is just frustrating. Like it was bothering me. So I hate that feeling, dude. That's not a good feeling. Like, shit, that's a horrible feeling. Like, and the worst part is, not only is it a horrible feeling, it's an avoidable feeling. Like, it would be totally different if I got to that point and I didn't have enough lockpicking And it's like, well, shit, let me go off and level more. Or, oh man, I should have or maybe let me go respec. Let me go do something else, but getting up to a point and just being like, well, nope, that sucks. Nothing I can do, period. Except like, yeah. Bunslicker says, you should have planned your build better. Here's the thing. Yes, but I would have needed 2020 hindsight to know that. I did not know until I hit max level, until the second I hit max level, that I was completely screwed. I didn't realize there was no respecking. I didn't realize there was no point reallocation. I didn't realize that I was completely, I didn't even realize until I was close to it that 30 was the max level. And you don't even know 30 is the max level normally. So you can't, there's only so much you can plan for. It's not like the game popped up a thing at the beginning that was like, remember, there's no respecking in this game. You're only going to get this many points. So make sure to only take a few skill lines. It's not like the game told us that. And there was not enough information to know that. So when I started this game, I'm putting points in sneak. Oh, sneak sounds fun. Observation, that sounds cool. I'm just putting it all over the place. I was telling people the whole time, yeah, I'm playing a jack of all trades build. I'm playing a jack. You can't do that in this game. You can't play a jack of all trades build in this game. You don't get enough points. You wouldn't be able to do anything at the end of the game. So I literally played half the game playing a completely non-functional build in the end game. And, as he says, we tried to tell you. You're also the person that says, now wait a second. If you're using the excuse, you should have known that because we tried to tell you, but you were also one of the people that was saying, I should have planned better. How am I supposed to plan better, but also listen to all the information you're telling me to make my decisions? You see how that doesn't really work? Like that, you can't do both of those. So intuition? Brother, I can't intuition where max levels are going to end. Or if they're not going to have respecking. That's okay. Anyway, TLDR, I do feel like that could have been done better. But I also will say that the content of Outer Wilds 2 is phenomenal. And I'm so glad that we finished this game. It's awesome. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some lunch. I'm going to come back probably around 1 p.m. ET. I think we're going to watch actually, I know we're going to watch because I'm sponsored to. We're going to watch the 11-bit studio showcase this afternoon. 11-bit's awesome. I play stuff by them all the time. And apparently they're doing a showcase today. So they have sponsored us to watch it. So we're going to check that out. Yeah, thank you for joining us for Outer Worlds 2. It's been awesome. Shout out again to Obsidian. Very, very cool. And I will see you guys in just a little bit and go from there. Am I going to make a final thoughts video? I think my first thoughts video was pretty much, I'm loving this. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm going to I feel like a final thoughts video would just reiterate everything I said in the last one and then complain about the skill point system. And I don't know if I want to do that. Because I don't feel like I was really loving it when I made that last video, and I really loved it at the end. So I think we're okay. I don't necessarily need just to put up a video to get more views. If I'm going to make a video, I want it to be worth something. But we'll see. We'll see. Berlin's Monk says, could you please just make one because the game deserves the advertisement? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not going to do it now, though, because I'm hungry. But I'll be back later, and we'll maybe talk then. All right, guys, have a great one. Thanks for being here. I'm going to kick you over to Cohh for now. Back in a little bit. Bye-bye.